Hello everybody, welcome to another true review. Today I'm bringing you Cannon Brawl on the Xbox One. Released on the marketplace tomorrow. Price is yet to be determined, unfortunately. And what we have is a interesting game, to be honest with you, because I went into this one with very little expectations and I've been pleasantly surprised. So what we have is a real-time strategy game. You pilot an airship. The game is viewed kind of like from a worm's perspective, where you see the destructible terrain on the screen there, and you've got a base at one end and the enemy has a base at the other end, and the objective of every level is to destroy your opponent's fort or base or castle, whatever you want to call it. And to do that, you have a number of upgrades to your disposal. Now, you basically move your airship around. Your airship could be kind of regarded as like a mouse pointer, because that is really what you are controlling. You go to your own fort, you dock with your fort, you choose what you want to do. Now, initially when you first start, you have to get gold mines under your control to generate more cash. So you pick up a gold mine, you fly to a gold deposit, drop it on there. But you can only do that if the gold mine is in your territory. Now, to expand your territory, you put up blimps or balloons or airships, whatever you want to call them. They expand your territorial area, depicted by your areas in blue, the enemy's areas in red, and the neutral areas obviously just a normal sky colour. But it's quite a unique system, really, because you have to balance capturing territory, because you need territory to not only capture the gold mines which generate cash, but you also need the room to place your offensive and defensive fortifications. And to start off with, you just have a basic cannon, which you can upgrade 3 times depending if you have the cash. But later on you get a plethora of different upgrades, ones that fire multiple rockets. You have a laser beam that cuts through terrain, you have a drill that does extreme damage to terrain, you have banks which can bribe enemy units and actually take over control of them, which is an interesting mechanic, to be honest with you. And there's also other things like ones that speed up the cooldown timers. And there's something else really important. Oh, and a freeze rocket as well. There's a load of different ones, and to spice things up as well, you can choose a different commander once you've unlocked them for your airship, and they have a special ability. Some of them are very basic. Any fortification they're near will have a cooldown boost, or maybe have a heal. Some of them have actually more direct powers, where they can actually drill holes in the terrain, or maybe increase damage to certain types of fortification. So it's quite a little bit of tactical play to go on there, know which commander is best suited for the level at hand. And the enemy doesn't have anything out of the ordinary. They have the same tools at your disposal as you have. So it's not one of those games where the enemy has its own set of toys and has its own advantage. Usually the only advantage they have is usually they have a new piece of equipment for one level only, as that's introduced. But once you've defeated that, you then have it under your disposal. And it's surprisingly a fast-paced game. I usually go into these games quite disappointed, because I usually find there's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of time where you're waiting for cooldowns to happen, and you just simply jamming the button there waiting to fire your next rocket. But that doesn't tend to happen that much on this game. You're really kept busy. It's really fast-paced. There's always something going on, whether you're expanding your territory, whether you're upgrading a fortification, whether you're just using your commander to actually influence the battle as well. There's always something busy. You're always kept very busy. And that's a sign of a good game, that you've not got a minute to kind of lull and just say, what am I doing here? You've got to be acting all the time. And that's what I really loved about it. Graphically, you've got nice cartoon graphics. It's pretty simplistic, but it does what a game like this needs to do. Everything's clearly defined. You can see what the powers are, you can see what the fortifications, the guns are. The terrain is just your basic kind of destructible terrain, but it does work rather well, and the destruction does kind of make sense. Sound-wise, the music's brilliant throughout. It's kind of like action-packed, fast-paced, pumping soundtrack. Really suits the game really well. As I say, the game's very fast-paced in nature, and the music just fits it to a T. Achievement wise, you're going to be looking at a relatively tricky list, I would say, because there's ones for completing the game on normal, which I've up to the last boss. The last boss has a pretty big difficulty spike, but I've probably just not figured out the tactic for him as of yet. And then there's achievements for going through the same levels again on nightmare difficulty, which it's only unlocked once you've completed normal. There's also local multiplayer. There's also AI scenarios which you can set the difficulty of. you also have a online multiplayer where you play ranked games against opponents, and that's where the achievements could get tricky. You have to win 100 games, I believe it is, and you have to obtain a ranking of 1500. Now, I'm not sure at time of going to publishing of this video, I'm not sure how difficult that is to actually do, and you also have to win 5 in a row, so the online component of it may actually make the achievement list pretty difficult to get. But on the plus side, it's online. We've got actually online multiplayer, which is fantastic. We seem to be missing out on a lot of online multiplayer at the moment in indie titles. But overall, Cannon Brawl, like I say, went into it with very little expectation. I was just expecting this to be a bland run-of-the-mill kind of game, and it's not. It's really, really fun. And when I put it on, then I put it on for an initial quick blast of it just to get a feel for the game, and I was playing it like 5-6 hours later. I was that addicted to it. It's just really, really good. And like I say, I hope it's priced well, because I've got no pricing as of yet. But definitely going to give this a 4 out of 5. Fantastic RTS kind of action-packed game. So thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.